The Levels Trend Indicator is available for various platforms on the Trading Finder website. From this section, you can download the indicator file for the MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5 platforms and apply it to the chart. Grand traders can also read this page to learn how the indicator works. We select the indicator file from the Navigator section and create the indicator by dragging the file onto the chart. Just make sure to enable the Allow DLL Imports option from the Settings section and then click the OK button. Once the indicator is placed on the chart, it begins to recognize and draw high importance levels and trends on the price chart, which it has marked for us in blue. This indicator also indicates the 50% level between the two blue lines with an orange line and the 50% level between the blue line and the orange line, which is displayed with a dotted line. Traders can use these trend levels as support or resistance levels, and when there's a breakout, they can enter a buy or sell trade on the chart. Here, we can see that this level has broken downwards, and with a pullback, we could have entered a sell, trade, or in this section, with the breakout of this level upwards and a pullback, we can enter a buy, trade. In the Settings section, under the Input section, there are options available for us where you can choose the display settings. The settings for the theme or the custom template of the indicator have three options: light, dark, and custom. By selecting the light option, a light template will be applied to the chart. By selecting the dark option, a dark template will be applied to the chart. And by selecting the custom option, it will keep your personalized template and display the indicator on the chart. In the first section, the default template is set to light, which is the template currently applied to my chart. In the next section, you can choose the settings for the indicator. You can choose the display type for the levels, which has three options: figures, figures and halves, and all. By selecting the figures option, it will only show us the blue levels and the trend levels. By selecting the figures and halves option, it shows the blue trend levels and the 50% level between the two blue levels, and by selecting the all option, it displays all the levels. In the next section, you can enable or disable the display or non-display of the bookmarks. By disabling this option, price tags will not be displayed for us. I will set the option to true. In the next section, you can select the size of the figure lines, which is set to 2 by default. You can select the type of drawing the figure lines, which can be selected as solid, dash, dot, dash, dot, dot, dot. In the next section, you can select the size of the retention lines, type of drawing the retention lines. You can select the size of the quarter, okunais, or dotted auto tight in this section, which is set to 1 by default. You can select the type of drawing, which is based on dots. And in the next section, you can enable or disable the status of sending alerts, which is disabled by default. By enabling this option, if the price hits the blue trend level, the alert will be sent to you. If you disable this option and set it to false, the next two options will not work. By enabling this option in the next section, you can enable or disable the status of sending alerts as messages. You can enable or disable the status of sending alerts with sound. In the next section, you can choose the type of alert which can be triggered when the price hits the figure levels, when the price hits both the figure and support levels, or in all cases when the price hits these levels. Finally, in the last section, you can select the sound file, and here I will choose the dark template. And I set the drawing type to keep figures, and then I click on the constraint. So here we see that the alert was sent to me when the price hit the level of my figures and my theme changed to a dark theme. And my level is divided into 3 levels: figures and memorization. Well, friends, we've reached the end of this indicator tutorial. I would be happy if you share your comments and suggestions with us in the comments section.